This video is to show you how to use the pillar drill in the Wood, Metals and Plastics workshop, of which this is one of two drills that we have. Really useful tool for greater accuracy of drilling holes compared to having a battery handheld drill. Here's the obligatory on and off switch, so green is going to get the drill started and you can hear it running, and red to stop. There is a second stop switch which is down at your feet, called a foot stop, and the clue's in the name. You use your foot pressing on that and it will stop. Really helpful in an emergency or when something comes out of control. There's a clamp which you can undo at the back and a cranked handle which will allow you to move the bed up and down, side to side, to make adjustments when you set things up. Just remember to reset the clamp before you start drilling. The handle here enables the drill to go up and down, so this is where some of the precision comes in. And there's a depth gauge as well that can be really useful for even greater precision or repeated drilled holes. A drill guard, essential that you have that. And here's the chuck, which is exactly the same as any chuck on a drill. You can see as it opens up and closes, which is what's going to hold the drill bits. There's the chuck key that hangs up here. You'll need that to tighten drill bits into the chuck. We've got some wooden boards that we use to clamp onto the bed. Sometimes there's swarf and things left on the board. Don't use your hands to wipe that off. I would advise you to get a brush. It's going to be much safer to get rid of debris and other pieces like that. Try to get into that habit. This one's got a drill clamp mounted on it, which is much easier for holding some timbers and other things that can be more awkward to clamp. Underneath the bed you can see there's these slots. Those slots are really useful for fitting in a G-clamp to clamp the wood to the drill bed, so it makes it really safe and really secure. Can you see how that fits into that slot on there? And you can just adjust and then tighten that depending on what it is you're trying to do. Sometimes you're going to need more clamps than others. On the windowsill there's a collection of different sized drill bits, and these bigger ones in particular are ideal for using in a pillar drill. For what we're doing to start with, one of these small ones here is going to do. So let's get that mounted into the chuck. So you can just wind that out by hand to start with. And just make sure you get it straight and use the chuck key to tighten it up. And then put the chuck guard back in place and you're ready to start setting up your work before you drill it. Now if I put a little mark on here, that can be our target to where we're going to want to drill. So let's move the bed up into place so it's a bit closer to where we're drilling. You just spend a bit of time getting that in position so that you feel that that's accurately where you want that to be. You can also clamp with this knob on the top there, tighten that up and it will hold it in place, and that makes it easy for when you then clamp your work. So here I've got just a quick clamp that's clamping wood to wood, so I'm not actually clamping that straight to the bed. And we should be ready to go. And you can see how that's going to drill much more accurately than if you were just holding a battery drill. No effort at all. And here's an example of using the drill clamp. You just need to make sure that the wood you've got mounted in there, you're not going to drill into the clamp itself underneath. And this is where it's ideal. Here I'm using a much bigger drill bit. There's a pipe coming. And that's something you really wouldn't want to be using in a battery drill without experience. But here, it's much easier to control that, and you can take your time and get a bit of leverage from the drill using the handle itself. And there, we've got quite a neat hole, much more accurate than if I was trying to cut that out with a jigsaw. Once you've finished, always take out the drill bit that you've had in there. There's no guarantee the next person wants to use the same one. As with any tool, you should be putting things back where they came from. And leaving things tidy and swept down, particularly if it was metal and you've left sharp swarf and things like that.